Welcome, and this is the Grassroots Education and Entertainment Network, your number one source of information, education, and entertainment. For honest, responsible, and dependable information, we stand supreme. To stay focused, inspired, and relaxed, choose green. Aboro, Aboye, Abosheshe, and welcome to the Ifagbemiro Show. I would like to open with this Oriki. Open ifun olorun, Iba Olodumare, Oba Ajiki, Mojiloni, Mo Ogun Meriaye, Iba Ila Orun, Iba Iwo Orun, Iba Ariwa, Iba Gusu, Iba Oba Igbalye, Iba Orun Oke, Iba Baba, Iba Yeye, Iba Atiwo Orun, Iba She, Igungun Kiki Gungun, Iba She Ori, Ori Ino, Ipori Ati Orun, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. And for all the viewers and the followers on this stream, I would like to share with you the places where you can view the video or even places where you can meet with us. All right. You can view these streams on Facebook at the Grassroots Education and Entertainment page. You could also view it on the Ifa Orisa Tradition Discussion. You can view it on the Ifagbemiro Home of Ifa Orisa Tradition. Also, the Ifa Orisa Tradition Teaching Group, as well as the Ifa Orisa Institute of Sacred and Divine Science, the Ifa Orisa Community Congress, as well as Ianti's Diaspora Venture. On YouTube, you can view us on the Ifagbemiro Home of Ifa Orisa Tradition. Now, we also offer classes in Ifa studies every Tuesday at 5 p.m. at the Barataria Community Center. Beside myself, there is also Baba Ifa Wale. All right. So it is myself as well as Baba Ifa Wale who are both trained as well as initiated. We both did our hands of Ifa. He did his own at Isam. I did mine at Ile Shoka. We are also both Obatala initiates. All right. The lineage that we teach from is from Odoremo through the teachings of Awo Falokun. We also do some exploratory studies where we look at different information from various sources. But generally, all of the basics that we teach concerning Ifa comes from the lineage of Odoremo through Awo Falokun. All right. So, for those who are interested in the studies, they are free to join us. We are there every Tuesday from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. at the Barataria Community Center. All right, so I'm going to continue on the Ori today. And again, I must remind you what we are doing basically is the very fundamental precepts of Ifa. All right, I'm going to complete what I was teaching last week by reading a last paragraph that explains the various names that we use, that we ascribe to what in the diaspora, who we know in the diaspora to be God. All right. We find in various Odus three different names that represent God, of course. One of the names we are familiar with is Olorun. Another one is Olodumare, as well as Osumare. Right? According to Baba Falokun, Olorun is from the Elysian Olo Orun, meaning spirit of heaven. Oludumare from the Elysian Olo Odu Osumare, meaning the spirit of the rainbow's womb, and Osumare, which means the rainbow, meaning the spirit of light in the world. All right, now other interpretations are possible, but the basic concept stays the same, or the basic idea stays the same. So remember, Olorun represents the original inspiration of creation. Oludumare represents the portal through which creation becomes manifest. And Osumare is symbolic of creation itself. In Ifa, these three spirits are called sky deities and are considered manifestations of a single unknowable mystery. All right, so now I'm going to continue reading and I'm going to go into now the subject of the Ori complex. As we continue with the Yoruba creation myth, we now come to the creation of human beings. Obatala, who is equally referred to as Orishanla, or some people say Orisha Enla, is said to have been charged with the responsibility of sculpting the human beings, Enia, and designing only the body. Hence, his appellation Adini Botiri, which is he who creates as he chooses. After finishing his work, Oludumare then breathes Emi, which is life force, into the body. The Enia then proceeds to Ajala Mopin. Right now, Ajala Mopin is from the Elysian Aja Ala Mo Opin, meaning the dog of light brings me mystic vision, also known as an Imole to Un Emo Ipin, which is the divinity who molds Ipin or Ipi. Ipi is the portion of Oro, which is the god matter apportioned to each Ori by Ajala Mopin. Ipi is destiny. In Ajala's shop, the Enia, which is the person, selects for himself his Ipi or portion, commonly referred to as Ori Inu, which is the inner head. Presumably, the choice of head or Ori is based on what one wants to accomplish in the coming life. This Ori Inu or Ipi is the individual's chosen destiny. There are some variants in this part of the myth. Some say you get your Ori from Ajala, but then go to Olodumare and tell it what you want to accomplish in this lifetime, and the deal is sealed. Some say the human obtain the Ipin or the portion of destiny in one of three ways: by kneeling down and choosing it, which is Akunlea, which means that which one kneels to choose, or by kneeling to receive Akunlegba, that which one kneels to receive, or by having his destiny apportioned to him, which is Ayanmo. that which is a proportion to one. Others, myself included, believe Akunleyan, Akunlegba, and Ayanmo are components of Ori Apere, which is one half of Ori. Regardless, all acknowledge the Yoruba belief in the predestination and also establishes the belief in Ipi or portion as a person's destiny which he chooses during his pre existent state. It is this destiny that is seen as metaphysically constituted in Ori Inu or inner head, and it is this that man comes into the world to fulfill. This belief manifests itself in the maxim Aku Akunleye ni Adiaeba, the destiny chosen is that which is met and pursued. The Ori complex is comprised of three parts: the Ori, which is consciousness and destiny, Ori Inu, the inner self, and Ipori, which is the higher self. Much has been written to date regarding the concept of Ori. I break it down using the theory of extensionalism, which simply states that humans are connected to God in some manner, that there is communication, that we are in fact extensions of God. This idea is common to most meta psycho religious systems. In Yoruba thought, we have the concept of Oro. At the level of the individual, the concept is expressed in the Ori complex or soul complex as an extensionist construct that explains the interaction between tangible and intangible existences, as Orun and I exist simultaneously in the same place. So does the human soul in the form of Ori Inu and Ipori. Matter mass, which makes the transition from Orun to Aye through the snail shell, produces a double existence. Fragments or portion that a person receives, which is the Ori Inu, from a Jala Mopin in his or her Ori, is brought with the person to Aye, the visible realm, and to Ile, which is earth. The original stay in Orun, this original is called the Ipori or Ipori. It is our Ipori that allows blessings to flow from above. No Orisha can bless us without permission from our Ori. Why? Because our Ipori is our real self, our beginning and our end. Anything we wish to manifest in life must be created by our Ipori first in the invisible realm where all things are created before manifesting in the visible world. Thus, the popular chant from Odu Ifa, Kososa, Ti Dani Egbe, Leyi, Leyi Orieni, which means no divinity can help, deliver, or bless one without the sanction of one's Ori. Our wishes, wants, fulfillment of needs, prayers, etc., must originate in Orun before they can manifest in Aye. Our Ori, the third component of the Ori complex, serves as our individual Eela, that which connects our dual selves that exist simultaneously in the invisible and visible worlds. Ori is the intangible substance that is the extension, the communication across the divide. That is why we portray Ori as our personal Orisha, because Ori carries our prayers and communicates our wishes to our Ipori. In this way, our Ori is like an Orisha pod. It is our connection to Ashe. This is why Ori is the first Orisha to be praised. It is the one that guides, accompanies, and helps the person since before birth, during all life, and after that, assisting in the fulfillment of his or her destiny. Thus, the praise name Ori Apesi is one who is worthy of worship by all. It is said that a person's Ori, beside being the source of Ire, is the only Orisha that can and will accompany one to the very end. Bí bí mo bá lówó lọ́wọ́, orí ni ó rò fún orí mi. Ìwọ ni bí mo bá bímọ láyé láàyè, orí ni ẹnu rò fún orí mi. Ìwọ ni ìhà gbogbo tí mo ní láyé, orí ni ẹnu rò fún orí mi. Ìwọ ni orí pẹ̀lẹ́ àtètè nìra, àtètè bweni kò sòsà tí a dá ní ègbé lẹ́yìn orí ẹni àṣẹ. It is Ori alone who can accompany his devotee to any place without turning back. If I have money, it is my Ori I will praise. It is my Ori to whom I shall give praise. My Ori, it is you. All good things I have on earth, it is Ori I will praise. My Ori, it is you. No Orisha shall offer protection without sanction from Ori. Ori, I salute you, whose protection precedes that of other Orisha. Ori, that is destined to live. Whosoever offering Ori chooses to accept, let him or her rejoice profusely. Ori, the actor, the stalwart divinity, one who guides one to wealth, guides one to riches. Ori, the beloved governor of all divinities. Ori, who takes one to the good place. Ori, behold the place and take me there. Feet, behold the good place and accompany me there too. There is no divinity like Ori. One's Ori is one's providence. My Ori, lead me home. My Ori, lead me home. Ori, the most concerned. My skill, the most concerned, is sacrificial rites. Ori, I thank you. Ori, I thank you for my destiny. My skull, I thank you for my destiny. Ori, I thank you. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. So, for today, I want to conclude, but we still have a little time left. So, what I would do is I would again just review some of the stuff that I read. All right, there are a couple of points that I think is very, very important for everyone to understand, and that is the function and the link that the Ori has with divinity, with Oludumare. It is important for us to know that our Ori is with us and has been with us even before we arrived here. And our Ori is going to be here throughout our journey in the marketplace that we call life. And when we leave to go back to Orun, our Ori will also be there with us. So our Ori is our constant witness. So, therefore, it is important for us to always seek to have alignment with our Ori. As the lesson has taught us, there is no blessing, no form of ire, no good things that could be bestowed on an individual from any Orisha unless our Ori approves. So it is very, very important for us to recognize the importance of our Ori in everything that relates to our destiny. Now, in the lesson for today, several things were mentioned. And what you would discover is that there might be, from lineage to lineage, a variety of teachings concerning the way in which one acquires one's Ori. We all agree that it is Ajala Mopin who plays the role in the creation of the Oris. We all agree that one has to go before Oludumare in order to have one assignment for this life. All right? So these are things we all agree on. However, there might be some differences as far as what that process entails. Whether it means kneeling before Olodumare, whether it means going before Olodumare and having your Ori bestowed on you together with your function, your destiny, and your purpose. Because the very term Ori too also is in reference to one's destiny. So far, I haven't read that the part that deals with the Ori and character, but that is something we're going to come up in further lessons later on. But one Ori plays a central role in guiding one towards the fulfillment of one's destiny. All right? Not only is it important to recognize one's Ori in the form of Orikis, prayers, and orins, but there are also areas of appeasement and elevation in order to bring oneself in alignment that also every devotee needs to be able to do in order to be in alignment with one's destiny. So I hope that today's lesson was valuable to all the viewers, whether you initiated or you uninitiated, whether you are familiar with Ifa Orisa or unfamiliar with Ifa Orisa, because what we do is we try to simplify everything so that anyone could understand. Our attempt is to demystify the concepts that we teach concerning Ifa Orisa. So again, in closing, I would like to let all of the viewers and to let all of our followers on this stream know that you can link to see these videos as well as other teachings of Ifa Orisa on the Grassroots Education and Entertainment Network, on the Ifa Orisa Tradition Discussion Group on Facebook, on the Ifagbemiro Home of Ifa Orisa Tradition, on the Ifa Orisa Tradition Teaching Group, on the Ifa Orisa Institute of Sacred and Divine Science, on the Ifa Orisa Community Congress, on Ionti's Diaspora Ventures, as well as on YouTube on the Ifagbemiro Home of Orisa Tradition. Most of these Facebook groups, the links are below. So all you have to do is look below and you are going to see the links where you could just click on and it would bring you straight to our any of our Facebook groups depending on the one you click on. All right, and to close, I'm reminding for persons who are interested in Ifa Orisa studies that we are at the Bataria Community Center every Tuesday from 5 to 7 p.m., where we provide all the fundamentals. So, persons who are interested in learning, whether you're interested in initiation, whether you are even interested in ritual, so persons who are having children, babies, and they want their children to grow up in the tradition, it would be a good opportunity for you to join us and study what we are about. As I've mentioned before, it would not only be myself there providing teaching, there is also Baba Ifa Wole. And as I've explained at the beginning of the video, we are both initiated, we both did hands of Ifa. He was initiated at Isam, I was initiated at Ile Shoka. We are also both Obatala initiates. So we are trained and we are qualified to teach. All right. Uh, so with this, I would like to say Odabo and see you next week where we would learn something new on Ori. So remember to like, share, as well as subscribe. At the end of this video, another video is going to come up. Please view that video. And for those of you who would be looking at our future streams, it is important for you to go back and look at some of the earlier videos that give you some of the Yoruba words and definitions so that when you sit in on the stream, you would be able to follow easily. So with that, I would like to say Odabo and see you next week. Bye.